Hello guys, welcome back to Monet Loves Glam. I hope that you all are having a beautiful day. In this video, I'm going to show you how I make a quick and easy version of a very popular restaurant, a Cajun Salmon bowl. Now let's get started. First, I'm going to start off with the bottom layer, which is dirty rice. I will be using a box of dirty rice, and I am adding my own meat. Right here, I have some ground turkey sausage. Of course, you can use whatever ground meat of your choice, ground beef, ground chuck, ground turkey, but this is what I had on hand, so I am using ground turkey sausage. I am just going to prepare this dirty rice according to the instructions on the box. And the seasoning on the bottom of this pack was pretty packed and clumped together. So I'm just going to make sure that I really get that incorporated well. Just using my spoon to stir it and get some of those chunks removed. Now the dirty rice, I have brought it to a boil. Everything is incorporated. And now I am just going to put a lid on here, turn the heat to a low, and let it simmer until it is done. Now I'm going to go ahead and get started on my macaroni and cheese. And guys, remember, this is a quick and easy version. So I am also using boxed macaroni and cheese, but I will be spicing it up with some crawfish tails, and I will be adding in some Gouda cheese just to give it a little extra flavor. And now that my macaroni noodles have boiled, I have set those to the side. I am adding some butter to my pot. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add in some of these crawfish tails. They're already fully cooked and deveined, but I still like to just saute them a little bit just to get them a little more tender. And I am using just probably about a half of a bag. You can see that right there. Guys, leave me some comments in the description box in the comment area of some quarantine meals that you have made. Now I am just adding some butter to a skillet because I am going to go ahead and get started with making my grilled Cajun shrimp. So I'll put a little butter in there. I'm going to put a little bit of minced garlic. I'm going to let that butter go ahead and melt down. And now I'm just adding my shrimp. I went ahead and peeled and deveined these shrimp. And guys, shrimp does not take long to cook, so just be careful that you do not overcook them. And since this is a Cajun bowl, I am just adding a little Creole seasoning. And make sure you do not add too much salt because shrimp really obtains a lot of salt. And I am just going to go ahead and cook these until they are pink in color, which I think was about 3 minutes per side. So this is what it looks like when the shrimp are all done. And I am going to go ahead and put those to the side so I can get started on my homemade Alfredo sauce. So I'm putting a little more butter to that same pan that I made the shrimp in. Let it melt down a little bit. And now I'm going to go ahead and add my heavy whipping cream. The ratio that I always use is 2 cups of heavy whipping cream to 1 cup of cheese. Guys, once you make your very own homemade Alfredo sauce, you will never ever buy it in a jar again. It is so much better than the jar, and it is so easy to make. And I usually use Parmesan cheese inside of my Alfredo sauce. So like I said, I'm going to use a cup, but do not put it all in there at one time. You want to slowly add it to your heavy whipping cream and just stir it slowly, and turn your heat down between a low and a medium. I'm adding a little more cheese and making sure I blend that in really well. And normally I would add some seasonings to my Alfredo, but with this one I decided to just keep it really simple. I have a little salt coming from the butter and the cheese because I have other ingredients in here that are pretty heavily seasoned. So I decided to not go overboard with the seasonings in the Alfredo sauce. And now I'm just adding the remainder of that cheese in there and making sure that I just stir really slowly, because you want to get your sauce to a good thick Alfredo consistency. And the sauce is thickening up, and it is just about done. So you're good to go ahead and turn that off. Now I am using some frozen, already skinless, boneless, pre-seasoned salmon for this, but of course you're free to go ahead and buy you some fresh salmon and use your own recipe to make it blackened or Cajun or whatever you do. But again, like I mentioned, this is a quick version, so I decided to just go ahead and buy some already pre-seasoned blackened salmon. And you want to just go ahead and cook this salmon to your desired doneness. Now this is what my dirty rice looks like. This is what my crawfish mac and cheese looks like after it's done. I have my Alfredo sauce right here, and then I have my shrimp. So now we're gonna go ahead and start getting this plated. We will first want to put down your dirty rice. You want to top it with your seafood, or in my case, crawfish mac and cheese. This looks so good so far, guys. I went ahead and topped it with my seared blackened salmon. And for each portion, I'm going to add just about 3 of those shrimp right on top of that blackened salmon. And then we're just going to go ahead and top that with that creamy homemade Alfredo sauce. And I also sprinkled some of that Parmesan cheese and some dried parsley on top. Guys, this dish turned out so well. It was so good and so easy to make. I really hope that you try this recipe and that you enjoy it. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with all your family and friends. I'll see you next time. Bye.